There's something instantly captivating about the Gansai Tambi watercolors, especially these 60s and 80s set from Choosing Keeping. These are so well designed art supplies. They are minimal yet have such interesting color palettes. I'm fascinated. Today I'm swatching both palettes in my sketchbook, exploring their character and sharing my first impressions, and then I'll make some illustrations in my sketchbook to see how they perform. Unboxing these sets is gorgeous. It begins with the design of the box and then it reveals those perfectly arranged and beautiful pans. They are large and have very rich colors of bold and muted tones. I'd say that the 60s palette leans more towards color harmony with the basic colors. On the other hand, the 80s set, it feels more experimental. It is a beautiful mix of soft cream tones and a vibrant blue and this unexpected neon orange. You can get beautiful contrasts with those. For a long time now, I had an eye on these Gansai Tambi paints, and I am so thankful that my dear husband bought them when he went to London and he made me a present. And after using the colors a bit, I can already say that I really like them. But let's see the details of those lovely color palettes. So the first thing I noticed while painting was the texture. Gansai Tambi paints are rich and creamy, and especially when you activate them for a longer time with water, almost feels velvety and nearly as thick as gouache. And they are so well pigmented. They have a slightly opaque and gouache-like quality, like I said, and so the colors stay luminous even when they dry, and also with an elegant sheen in some places where the paint is thickly applied. So the 60s palette feels more calm, and I found it perfect for autumnal landscapes or botanical studies. The 80s palette, on the other hand, is full of energy because of the bright violet and the pink orange. It would be perfect for an expressive mixed media illustration. So after all, my first impression is very positive. I mean, look at this smooth blending possibilities and the opacity and bold colors. And I think together the two sets feel like they have like these different personalities. So I painted 2 different pages in my sketchbook after swatching them a bit. And then in the end I will give you my final thoughts about the paint. This swatching page from the 80s set, to me it feels like a very vibrant spring day with lovely rose tones and orange rose. And the blue, you can mix it with the cream tone and get a muted light or sky blue. Every color you mix with this neon orange, it gets automatically more vibrant and so beautiful in those combinations. I never use those vibrant tones, and so I'm curious to discover something new. in the 60s set, I have the impression that there is such a good range of colors because there are warm tones, a warm green, olive green, and a warm yellow, but there is also a cold blue tone, like more cyan, and also almost magenta tone. So the range of mixing possibilities is very vast. Finally, I can say that those Gansai Tambi sets from Choosing Keeping are really a joy to paint with. If you enjoy color that feels intentional and deeply satisfying to work with, these are worth exploring. If you enjoy new color palettes and exploring new combinations, it is really worth it. Also, the quality of the paint is very high, and between the two sets I think the 60s palette is my favorite, but the 80s palette definitely challenged me to try new combinations of colors. So this was very interesting to me. I wish you all a beautiful day wherever you are, and keep safe. Liebe!